weird. As you can tell, I'm drawing traditionally, which I don't normally do, but I decided with this one, I did a little sketch and was starting on a picture of J-Hope, which I rarely draw things in a more realistic, though this is still kind of like a cartoony style because I color it very cartoony-like. But still, I rarely do that, and I was drawing, and I thought I might as well actually record it and put it on my channel because that sounds interesting, and I rarely do K-pop videos. I did one K-pop video where I drew some of the BTS members. I drew J-Hope, Jimin, and Rap Monster, and those are the only ones I drew. I was wanting to draw more of them, but then I got around to drawing J-Hope again, which that didn't really move me any forward with who I've been drawing. But anyway, I am a huge K-pop fan. You guys probably know this because I mentioned it quite a lot. I am obsessed with K-pop music. I just think it's really cool. And I was going to talk about how I got into K-pop music originally. So maybe I should start with my foreign music background. Okay, so I am obviously American. Well, it's not obvious, but I've mentioned it before. I am American. So it is foreign for me to listen to music that is not American music. Yeah, does that make sense? Okay, good. That makes perfect sense. I am going to ramble a whole lot because I don't have a script. I wrote down like ideas of things, and it's mostly just a bunch of K-pop group names. And it's not helping me at all, this list of things I have written down. But you know, I'm sure I'll get around to saying my favorite groups or something. I don't know why I wrote this down. I probably wrote it down at like 5 a.m. and thought it was a good idea, but now it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if that ever happens to you guys where you like write down some like tips for yourself, write down some like pointers, and then next day it makes no sense. That's what's happening right now. But seriously, okay, foreign music background, right? All right, so the first time I started listening to foreign music that wasn't American music was when I'm not sure the exact age, I was probably around 14 when I started listening. I was obsessed with J-pop, which is Japanese pop music, kind of like K-pop's Korean pop music. It's just J-pop. And I know there are others that are really cool that are different music. Like I know there was some Spanish music I used to listen to. It wasn't me, it was my sister. She had some that she used to love. And now that I think about it, there was other places of music we used to listen to. Like my brother was always into Nightwish, which I'm not sure where they're from. I forget where they're from, but I know it's not America. You guys will have to let me know if you know anything about Nightwish, but yeah, so I guess that counts as foreign music too. They spoke English though. Though I don't think they speak English where they're from, I just think in the music they do. So that's really confusing. But yeah, I started listening to J-pop when I was around maybe 14 or so, and then later on in life, I started getting into K-pop. But I was into J-pop because for some reason, have never been very much into American music. Back then was probably... I don't know, but it was during the days of, you know, like the early 2000s music being played on the radio 24/7, and that's all you ever hear, and you kind of want to kill it. That's how I felt, and I really did not like music like that at all. And so when I found J-pop, I was like, wow, this is so cool and different and weird, and that's why I loved it. But then later on, here I wrote down that it's February 2015 was the first time I found K-pop. Well, that's I asked my brother last night, way late at night, like, hey, do you know when we first got into K-pop? Because we got around into it at the same time because we started like sharing it with each other. And he said it was February 2015. So I'm not sure if that's accurate. I'm assuming it is. He's usually better with dates than I am. I'm really bad at remembering dates. So yeah, okay, let's say February 2015. That's when I found, I ran across, I wasn't searching for it, Fantastic Baby by Big Bang, and that quickly became like the best song ever to me. Though the first time I saw it, I have to admit, I thought it was hilarious because I wasn't used to that type of music or music video. All the guys were like wearing like heavy makeup and they had these crazy outfits, and I was not used to that type of music at all, and I thought it was funny the first time I saw it. So then I showed it to my other siblings, and they thought it was funny, but we also thought it was really cool, and we started getting into it, and they were like, man, I wonder what other stuff there is like this, because I only knew J-pop, and it's not nearly what I listened to anyway. It was not nearly as crazy as K-pop, though I know there is a bunch of really crazy J-pop groups, because I watched some that were recently. I went and looked at some of the dude groups, and my goodness, they look like anime guys. The way they do their makeup They look so much like them. It's crazy. The J-pop do their makeup crazy. Like, it's insane. They do like those contacts. The contacts that make your eyes look bigger. It's so creepy. It's honestly terrifying, but yeah, it's cool though. Okay, so what was I saying? I am getting lost. Right. Okay, Fantastic Baby was the first K-pop song I ran across. And at first I was shook. Okay, I know I'm saying shook and you guys are gonna be like, stop saying that. But yeah, okay. G-Dragon's voice. I thought G-Dragon's voice was the weirdest voice I have ever heard. It was so squeaky. We used to call him Mickey Mouse. That was the first thing we called him because we didn't know his name. We called him Mickey Mouse, and and that lasted for quite a while until we started realizing their names and getting into the Big Bang. And Big Bang was our first huge obsession, and they still are our biggest obsession because they're just so amazing, and I just love that group so much. If you guys don't know, K-pop, like I said before, is Korean pop, but it's more like they have girl groups and guy groups, and they dance in sync, which is different from other places. Like, normally guy groups and girl groups aren't that popular, but when we looked at K-pop, oh my gosh, that's like all they have is guy groups and girl groups dancing in sync, and that is so weird because there's not much of that in America anymore. There was some, like, I don't know what their names were. You guys have to remind me because I never really kept up with a lot of the dancing in sync guy groups and stuff like that in America. So I honestly don't know. Okay, yeah. So like I said, I hated American music, and I even started hating it more the further we went, because the thing is, it got into mumble rapping. You know, mumble rapping, like the whole obsession right now with the mumbling, but it's not really singing and it's not really rapping, but then that's it. I'm not hating, I'm just saying it's not my thing. I don't like it. I love rap. So don't get me wrong, I am obsessed with rap. I listen to rap music all the time, and I just love it to death. But I do not like mumbles. I don't like the mumble rapping. It's just something I do not enjoy. It feels like there's no impact with the music, and it's just kind of like mumbling. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of mumble rapping. I don't know why. It's just not my type of music. I know everyone has different types of music, and that is just not my favorite type of music at all, and I just can't stand it. So that's why K-pop also stood out to me, is because it was so unique and so weird, and every song just had such a big impact and was just so strange. So I was really like intrigued by that type of music, and that's why I got into it, is because I just didn't enjoy American music, and I still don't. I mean, there's some songs I like, of course, like some of the American music I like. It depends. But not the majority. I like with K-pop, usually a lot of the songs I enjoy, so that's cool, right? So here's a list. I mean, what did I write on this last night? This whole list of things to tell me what to talk about it's entirely messed up. Okay, it says here early K-pop obsession, so I'm guessing these are, okay, yeah, it's a list of some of the songs that were the first songs that got me into K-pop and got me totally obsessed. Here's SHINee's Lucifer. Oh my gosh, when we first saw that, I remember thinking the haircuts were so dang adorable. The haircuts in that music video were just so cute. Like, Taemin had that really, really long, like, I don't know, explain it. It was like really frayed hair. It was just really cool. I really liked it. I know some people would act like it's the worst haircut of all time, but I think it's really cool. Next here is GOT7's Just Right. This song is the cutest thing. Okay, I'm gonna be honest though. I have to be honest with you guys. I love GOT7, as in, like, I think the members are so cute, and I think that everything is just super adorable, and this song was super adorable, and I love some of their music. Some of their music is like amazing to me. Like Hard Carry, I really like that song too. But I have to be honest, I feel like GOT7 doesn't have a lot of music I enjoy. It's just my personal opinion. Don't hate me. If you love GOT7, that's what you enjoy listening to. But I don't have a lot of favorite songs from GOT7, so I'm going to assume they don't have a lot I enjoy. So that's one thing. But I loved Just Right. That was like one of my very first K-pop songs that made me just totally obsessed with K-pop. And it was just so cute. They were like tiny on the desk, and the music video was so unique. And I wish there was more music videos that were like that unique and that weird and strange, and I don't know, I just loved it so much, and I wish there was more like that, but yeah. And here I say TVXQ. I don't have a song name, so I'm guessing it was these two songs, Humanoid and what was the other one? I know this is something about Keep Your Head Down. I'm not sure what the song name was, but I love that song, and I used to love it so much. I remember it used to seem really, it didn't seem dorky back then, but now that I listen to it and you listen and realize some of the things they're saying are in English, like when you know something in English, it always seems a little dorkier than if it's like in Korean because I don't understand it. If I don't understand it, it can't be dorky to me because I don't understand it. But then if they speak English, then it can become dorky because I understand what they're saying, and sometimes it's really dorky. But yeah, so that's one plus to not knowing Korean. Then nothing can be bad lyrics because you don't understand the lyrics. Yeah, and some people are confused as to how you can like K-pop because you don't understand it. But the thing is you don't need to understand the lyrics of music to enjoy the music because it still sounds like music. That's like saying you can't enjoy orchestra because there's no lyrics, but that makes no sense because you still enjoy it because it's music. It just doesn't have any words you understand. It's the same with K-pop to me. I don't understand the words. I understand some of them because sometimes they speak in English. Other times they don't. But you don't need to understand the lyrics to enjoy the music. Though sometimes I do Google the lyrics just to see what it is because I am curious. Next here is Super Junior Spy. That was one of my early obsessions. I don't know why that song specifically. I think my sister had it, so that's why. And Big Bang. Just Big Bang in general. They were just in a serious obsession. And especially when they started coming out with the Made album. When they started coming out with that one, it was like every single thing they released was so good, and I was so obsessed, and it was just, so amazing. Yeah, okay. Okay, here is oh my gosh. I wrote down a ton of list of K-pop groups, but I also have like 5 favorite songs and my bias in each group. And I wrote this down probably at like 5 a.m. thinking, this is a great idea. And now I'm like, what is this garbage? Okay, there's a lot here, so I'm just gonna go through these. Big Bang, my bias there is Top or T-O-P. You guys have to comment and tell me your bias in all of these groups. Because honestly, I'm really curious because I wrote down a lot. Oh my goodness. Why is it when I write at night, I forget what I wrote until the next day? I don't know why that is. I just like, it's almost like I'm writing while I'm half asleep. It's terrible. Okay, so Big Bang, T.O.P. is the bias. My favorite songs by them, these are just the ones that came off the top of my head, is Monster. I love that song so much. I know G-Dragon had this really dorky wig in it that was really long and covered his eyes, and I don't know how he saw. Next, Fantastic Baby. That is like my, it's just such a classic. I love it so much because it's also my first K-pop song. Loser. It's so cute. It's not, okay, cute's the wrong word because it's really emotional, but it's adorable. I love the fashion in that. Bang Bang Bang, that one's really cool. I love that one too. And Tell Me Goodbye. I think Tell Me Goodbye was actually a Japanese song by them. You have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is, but I love that so much. It is so good. Next here is BTS. I love BTS. BTS is like a huge obsession right now. I like how you guys obviously know by now that I'm not a fan of only one group. I'm a fan of like a ton of groups. So you guys let me know if you're a fan of a ton of groups too. And also if you are, you have to tell me your biases in all these groups. Okay, so BTS, my bias is J-Hope. And my favorite songs were First Love, which was like Suga's song. I think he wrote it. And I love that song. It's like emotional but rap at the same time. And it's so good. And next is I Need You, Jump, Mic Drop, and Silver Spoon. Mic Drop is a major obsession. When that song came out, I was just so obsessed with it for the longest time. I was like, why is that not their like title track of this album? Because like I didn't enjoy DNA that much. I liked DNA, but I felt like it was a little more generic. But then with Mic Drop, it was so cool and I loved it so much and I just obsessed with it. Next is NCT. NCT, I'm sorry I keep saying obsession, but they're my newest obsession. As soon as they debuted, I thought they were so unique. They debuted with the weirdest song, The Seventh Sense, and I just loved it so much. And then they had like Fire Truck and they had Limitless. And okay, Limitless is the wrong word. Limitless is their newer song. It's their newest album too. Album name. That was not where I was going, but yes, I love their music so much. My bias in NCT is Taeyong, and also what people call bias wreckers are biases. Well, they're not really biases, but they're the other members that feel like they could be your bias, but you have trouble choosing, I suppose. The other ones are Johnny and Lucas, and Do-young, and Yuta, and everyone else in the group. Pretty much. I just love them so much. They're just the cutest group ever. Next is 17. My bias is Vernon and Sungkwan. I can't choose, so it's just both. I'm just going to say both because I really can't pick one. My favorite songs are Clap, Very Nice, Bring It, Oh Yeah and Lee Yabe. I can't pronounce that. I am so sorry. I'm just failing really bad at pronouncing it. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's one of their newer songs where they had like a dance performance, and I thought it was really cool. So that's one of my favorite songs for sure. Very nice. I love the music video for that one. Next here is Block B. My bias is P.O. and Tail. Again, I cannot choose. They're just both my bias. And my favorite songs by them is Her, Jackpot, Shall We Dance, Very Good, and oh my gosh, I can't pronounce this. Nili Mambo. I can't pronounce that. I'm so sorry. I am being very white. I can't pronounce anything here. I honestly can only speak English, so I don't know what the heck any of this is. But yeah, I love Block B. I feel like Block B is one of the most underrated groups of all K-pop. Like seriously, they release some of the most impactful, awesome, crazy songs, and they just don't get enough attention. I feel like they deserve more attention. Next here is Pentagon. Oh my gosh, they are so good, and they're pretty new. My bias from there is Edon, and my favorite songs are Beautiful, Gorilla, Shine, Critical Beauty, and Spectacular. Shine is their newest song, and I am so dang obsessed with that song. That song is so addicting, and I don't know why it is so addicting. I could watch the live performances all day. It is just so cute. I love it so much. Okay, wait. Okay, next up here is Winner. Oh, Winner's new song, I have to admit, I don't like it. It's because a lot of the K-pop groups, like J-Park did this a while ago, is they go to American type music. And as you guys know, I'm not a fan of the American mumble rap and stuff like that. So when K-pop groups do it, I still don't like it. So when they release music that sounds like mumble rap, I don't like it, and I'm sorry. I love Winner, but I have to admit, I don't like their new song. I don't know what it's called, I forget. But anyway, Winner, my bias is Taehyun, or Taehyun, I don't know how you pronounce it. And they left the group, so I don't have a bias in it at the moment. I guess, I don't know who would I pick. Probably Minnow, I don't know. I need to think it through, but yeah. My favorite songs by them is Sentimental, Immature, Don't Flirt, Island, and Empty. I think Winner is really good. Like, they're incredibly good. They sound a lot like Big Bang, actually. Probably had a lot of influence by them since they're in YG. I would assume. I have no idea. Next up here is Super Junior. My bias is Heechul and Shindong. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Oh, I feel terrible pronouncing these names. My favorite songs are Spy, Sorry Sorry, Black Suit, Acha, and Superman. Superman is one of the dorkiest songs in all of K-pop, but I love it because it's dorky. EXO, my bias is Jumin. My favorite songs are For Life, Wolf, Overdose, Machine, and Mama. EXO, I feel like, I don't want to say it makes me sound like I'm a serious hipster. Because I'm not a hipster. I love popular things. I love Big Bang. If Big Bang is popular, I love BTS. BTS is popular. But EXO, for some reason, I'm not a big fan. I don't know why. I feel like they don't have a lot of songs that are like just my type of music. I love crazy music that just sounds really crazy and has tons of rap. And EXO has never been my thing. I don't know why. Don't hate me. It's just my opinion. Next here is Vixx. I love Leo and Ravi as my biases because they're amazing. When they go do their solo music, it's just Leo and Ravi. Like Vixx LR, I think is what it's called. I think it's like some of the most amazing music ever. My favorite songs, I'm actually implementing Vixx LR into my favorite songs because they're the reason I'm obsessed with them. Is Beautiful Liar, Error, Fantasy, Beautiful Night, and Whisper. And 3 of those are Vixx LR, so I feel like I'm cheating. Next is Mamamoo. My biases are Hwasa or Moonbul. So I don't know. It could be either. I don't know. I never really thought about my bias in Mamamoo. I rarely pick girl biases. Should probably pick them more often. My favorite songs are Taller Than You, Paint Me, Starry Night, Decalcomany, I don't know what that is, Age Gag. Man, okay, I'm having so much trouble figuring out what these names are. I am so sorry. I hope that you guys can figure it out. I mean, if you guys know the songs, hopefully. And next year's Icon, my bias is Bobby. My favorite songs are Dumb and Dumber, Rhythm Ta, Anthem, Bling Bling, and Airplane. And the last one I wrote down here of a group is Day 6. They are so good. I don't know if they count as K-pop. I think they do, but they're like a rock group, so I don't know if that counts as pop. But it's so good. I love their music. And my bias is One Pill. Okay, I'm sorry. I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that name. I feel like a complete loser because I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's my bias. I can't pronounce it though. And my favorite songs are Dance Dance, I Wait, I Need Somebody, How Can I Say, and I'm Serious. And those are all the groups I wrote down. So you guys, you have to make sure to comment and let me know your biases in all those groups and any of your favorite songs if you have any, because I am obsessed with those groups and I think they're so good. And by the way, this random picture I'm drawing, I'm coloring it digitally. I love doing that. I love drawing traditionally, then coloring it digitally. I think it has a cool effect. I know it's weird, but I think it's really cool and I love doing that. But make sure you guys comment and let me know any of your favorite groups. Let me know anything you know about K-pop and stuff like that. And I have been into K-pop since 2015 or February 2015. And I just love it so much. And I've been obsessed with it forever. And I'm still obsessed with it because I still don't like American music and stuff like that. And it's still just it has the most awesome music in there. I wish there was so much more though. Because whenever a group releases songs, I get obsessed and I have to go look at it instantly. NCT has been my recent obsession. Like every time they release a new song or music video, I have to go look at it, and it's just a huge obsession. And there's so many members. Oh my gosh, NCT has an insane amount of members. Anyway, we're all done now. I am just rambling. You guys have to let me know anything you know about K-pop, and if you enjoyed this type of video, I've been going for entirely too long. Thank you guys so much for watching.